怪人なんじゃねえの？怪人不正解！
Hello everybody, this is Arvin. I'm an artist from Austria, and what you're about to watch is me reanimating the infamous Garou Walk scene and just kind of venting about what I think is wrong with the animation industry and, well, animation in general. Have fun. The systematic exploitation of the animation industry has become common knowledge by now. Popularity of the medium is at an all-time high. While in the 2000s the market was estimated at 70 billion, by 2026 it is predicted to hit 500 billion. Despite that, animators are still starving and general animation quality is at an all-time low. Not that animators now are incapable, it is that with people's contentment and what they have been getting, these studios get starved for resources while being barraged with more and more work. Those studios have to take multiple projects at once to stay afloat, being paid a flat rate by production committees that commission the same safe slop over and over. Flat rates should give financial stability, but in effect all they do is lessen the incentive to make something good. So what does that mean? Well, it's not just the animation that suffers. It is all the pre-production as well. Less thorough character and facial sheets. These are vital because they define how a character specifically expresses emotion. Without them, we just get the same bland template designed to be projected on. No more. Storyboarding, layout, composition, and lighting and motion get reduced to the talking head loop or a simple pan from left to right over and over.
徒歩でしか行けんからな。わかりました。お気をつけて。
An expression with nuance and subtext are dropped in favor of speed and efficiency of a first draft. And while we're at it, let's just outsource the biggest bulk of animation, the in-betweens, to an even cheaper studio with somehow even less pay. And don't get me started on the dialogue. Both the actual dialogue and the animated acting would be laughable if we weren't so sad. And I'm only scratching the surface. Those steps just are not seen as essential anymore. Animation as a medium is incredibly expressive and complex. It is acting through line, physics through timing. It is a medium that can break reality and still be believable. And if you're a student, or even just peripherally interested in art, you know that the fundamentals, the skeleton, is what gives a drawing believability. It is the foundation. In animation, these steps are the foundation to a good story. Today's industry is obsessed with the skin. They'll serve you pretty still frames and flashy effects only to hide the fact that the skeleton, the storyboards, the layout, the character and plot depth is non-existent. And to be clear, some do it better than others, but those occasional scenes with high frame rate and crazy choreography, they've become a veil. They're used to hide the flatness of the rest of the show. Those bursts of brilliance are undoubtedly fun, but more often than not, they're just eye candy that don't add anything to the story. It's about the intent behind the spectacle. We are seeing product that looks like art, sometimes, but lacks the structural and moral integrity of a story worth telling. And where have I heard that one before? Quantity over quality evolved into the lucrative business model it is today because modern internet culture amplifies itself into extremes. Caught between nonsensical rage bait on one side and toxic positivity on the other, our capacity for genuine critique has been grossly perverted. This environment eventually bounces back on the writers who have stopped writing what they know in favor of appealing to safe, recognizable archetypes. They aren't building characters from the ground up anymore. Characters are assembled from a kit of tropes. Nothing wrong with having inspiration as stardom, but we reached the threshold of what is acceptable a long time ago. If we want this medium to be more than just a content mill, we have to stop tolerating its mimicry. We need to demand the skeleton, not just the skin. This requires that we actually recognize the craft, storytelling. It requires humility, empathy, and some courage to face perspectives that take effort to relate to, instead of being content with staring at a mirror surrounded by empty husks. Stories at their core are moral education. They are perspectives to reflect on. They're supposed to be challenging in some way, but how can you give images life if every line of dialogue, every shot, every frame is a first draft? There's no room for expression when all you do is try to survive the deadline. Being harsh and being critical and not accepting the run-of-the-mill content that bastardizes our favorite medium is how we give the actual people behind the screen some agency again. Because a well-told story, no matter how small or unimportant, shouldn't just be something you watch for entertainment. It should be someone reaching back.
おいタレよ、お前どうして無事だったんだよ。お前も怪人なんじゃねえの。いやー、怪人不正解。痛い。
やめろ。なんてひでえ面で泣いてんだ。こりゃいじめられるわ、かわいそうに。
ああ、だから長い反問の挙句セリフが今決まったんです。面白い人はありません。